Hey everyone, Joey Kissimmee here with TimelineSlicerPro.com, and this video is just a real quick video, a welcoming video to show you around and so you can get familiar with how things work here with the Timeline Slicer Pro, the blog, and everything else, so you will basically not get lost, okay? We're going to show you three things here. The first one is the very first email that you're going to get that is very, very important. It's vital that you get this email because it contains very important information. The second thing we're going to show you is the blog, the Timeline Slicer blog. And the third thing we're going to show you is the actual members area, the Timeline Slicer Pro app and members area, so you won't get lost around there, because I know there may be a lot for some people, and I just want to make sure you get the most out of the Timeline Slicer Pro. So with that said, let's go ahead and proceed. The very first thing that you're going to get and receive once you purchase your Timeline Slicer Pro is an email from us. Now, this email is very, very important. It contains important information here. It contains your login information, your username, your password, and all that good stuff, okay? Now, very important, if you do not see this in your inbox, please check your spam folder or your junk box, because most likely it landed on there. If not, if you don't find it, please email us at support@TimelineSlicerPro.com. Let me repeat that. Support@TimelineSlicerPro.com. And just go ahead and email us that you did not receive that email with all your login information, and we will take care of you ASAP. So let's go ahead and move on here. This is the actual email you're going to receive with your login information. This is your login site or link. It's www.TimelineSlicerPro.com/member. It'll take you straight into your login area, and then you're going to contain your username and your password right there. It won't be this one. This is my information, okay? It'll contain yours, and your username is actually your email, and then the password will be unique to each and every one of you, okay? If in case you lose your password or forget it, no worries. Just go here to www.TimelineSlicerPro.com/member/remember.php, and this link here will go ahead and take you straight to the create a new code or password, just in case you lost it. Now, the very first thing that you need to do, here's very important instructions here, guys. The very first thing that you need to do before you log in or anything is actually watch this video. So hopefully this is the very first video that you're watching. It's not, no worries, no biggies, but this should be the very first thing and the very first video that you should be watching. So right here, just follow these directions, click on this link here, and it'll take you to the actual welcoming video and the blog that you're watching now. So before we go over there, guys, very important, save this email in a very important folder or something, because you don't want to lose it. It contains all your very important information there, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the blog. Click on that link there. And this here is the Timeline Slicer blog. This is where you will get all the tutorials for the Timeline Slicer Pro, and you will also get all the updates that has to do with the Timeline Slicer Pro app and Facebook and its timeline pages. With Facebook constantly updating and changing things around, this is a good place to know what's going on with Facebook and what's going on with Timeline Slicer Pro. So if Facebook does some drastic change that will mess up and screw up the Timeline Slicer app, we will let you guys know about it and how long it'll take for us to update it and so forth. The blog is pretty basic and easily laid out. Right up here, you'll see some tabs, tutorial updates, members areas, and so forth. Pretty much the tutorials tab will take you to all the tutorial videos for the Timeline Slicer Pro. The updates will take you to all the updates, the videos or whatever that we have for the Slicer Pro and the Facebook updates. The members only tab will take you directly to the members area for the Timeline Slicer Pro. And then the Contact Us tab is just that. If you need to contact us for anything, give us feedback, or you need any kind of support, you just go ahead and click on that. follow the directions to contact us, and we'll be with you as soon as possible. And then right down here, or right to the right side, you'll see the widgets area. We also have all the tutorials laid out here. We will be adding more tutorials as we update and add new features to the timeline slicer. So depending on when you see this video, we'll probably have a lot more than this. And then right down here, the same thing with the updates. We'll have more updates and everything, so you guys can keep up to date and know what's going on with all the changes and new features and everything that's going on with the Slicer Pro and Facebook. And that's pretty much it here. It's just a pretty simple blog, nothing major, nothing too fancy. So let's go ahead and move on to the members area. This area here is the Timeline Slicer Pro members area. This is probably the place where you're going to be hanging around the most. This area here, this big area here, this is the actual Timeline Slicer app. This is where you're going to be slicing and dicing and editing all your images for your Facebook timeline pages. We call this area T-Slicer, which is short for Timeline Slicer. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and detail to how to use this because we have tutorial videos on the blog that shows you exactly how to use the Timeline Slicer Pro. Now, right below the T-Slicer, you'll also find some boxes which looks very similar and very familiar to the actual timeline pages, the Facebook timeline pages. Now, this area here, we have some basic tutorial videos here. To the left side, you're going to see all the videos here. Like this video here is exactly how to use the Timeline Slicer. So you might want to watch that video there. And then to the right here, this is some more instructions here. Actually, this one here is very important, okay? You're going to get the templates that we gave you guys. You're going to download your templates right here. All you got to do is just go ahead and click on this little link here, and you will download your Facebook templates, the custom cover templates that we gave you. Now, if you want to watch the video on how to do that, just go ahead and click on here. It'll take you over to the blog, and we'll show you exactly how to download it, how to use it, how to edit, and how to get the most out of your templates. Right down here in the second set of boxes down here, you'll see the affiliates area. This is in case you want to make a few bucks with your Timeline Slicer Pro. You could actually go ahead and resell it. Our affiliate program is handled by ClickBank, so you will need a ClickBank account in order to get the credit for the referral and make some money. But right here to the left-hand side, there's a video there that shows you exactly step-by-step how to do this. It's just 3 simple steps to go ahead and make it a few bucks with your Timeline Slicer Pro. Okay, down here in the last set of boxes, this area here is basically the tell a friend script that we have. It allows you to go ahead and share the Timeline Slicer with your friends, with your emails, address book, or your favorite social bookmarking sites like Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and so forth. Again, the video here to the left will go ahead and show you exactly how to use the Tell a Friend script, so you could go ahead and share the Timeline Slicer Pro, and then also share your referral link so you could go ahead and make a few bucks here and there. Okay, and then down here below is just the chat area. This area here is just for members only. It allows you to go ahead and let us know what your thoughts are. In case you have any kind of problems, you could go ahead and jot them down here. I am always here. This is the fastest way to reach me personally. And if you have any kind of trouble, go ahead and let us know right here, and I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Usually within a day, I usually respond right through here. And then, of course, right up here, if you want to go ahead and support us by liking the Timeline Slicer Pro, just go ahead and click on that little like button there, and and we'll thank you for it, and we'll love you for it. If not, it's cool. But that's pretty much it for the welcome video, guys. We just wanted to cover the basics and the most important points of the Slicer Pro and the blog and so forth. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and now it's just time for you to go ahead and start playing with your Timeline Slicer. And let us know your thoughts. Give us some feedback, good or bad. And if you have any kind of ideas or any features that you would like to see in the Slicer Pro, then please let us know. We're always open to new ideas. And if you have any kind of trouble or any kind of problems with your Timeline Slicer Pro, please let us know. We will get to you as soon as possible. We want you to have the smoothest experience with your Timeline Slicer Pro. So with that said, this is Joey Kasimi with timeline/pro.com. Peace. I love you for free, and I'll see you on the next video.